I've always wanted to make a video about why men like younger women, legally younger women, I'll be specific here. But it's just, I don't know if the world is ready for truths. There's certain truths of reality which is complicated to explain, but it's like, I'm just gonna try to explain it. That it's like, the problem is, whatever society a woman is born into, right? Usually depends on her first structure state of mind, mainly because the structure of the family over the years has kind of started to go away, and because of that the structure of each individual family's consciousness started to go away. So now there's more of a collective of a lot of women are the same type shit, because they're being raised by society or modern society and other women and social media or whatever, instead of getting the morals and values and structure of mind from their family's structure of mind, right? And usually it was the father that would help structure the minds of the children, right? But we live in a world where, because there's been so many modern women that have been raised without that structure of a father, right? So they don't understand it, so they judge it from an outside perspective. So because of that, their mind looks at it like, well, I'm glad my father wasn't there because I wouldn't have wanted my mind to be groomed by another man. And it's like they're thinking that the father is grooming the children, and it's like this words, people are using words as attacks because it's manipulation tactics. A female manipulation tactic is to try to shame, because shame and criticism affects women, but shame and criticism shouldn't affect a man who is doing nothing wrong, who has pure intentions, right? So it shouldn't bother you. So it's this thing where it's like, as a father, if you are truly just a loving father who wants to structure your daughter's mind to make sure she doesn't get influenced by the modern world as much and all this other shit, there's nothing wrong with that. But other women are going to think there's something wrong with that because they became the exact thing that you're trying to prevent from happening, right? So then it goes from that thing, right, to then women get older, right? And then as they get older, they start dating men. Each man they date is getting their mind structured a little different by each man, because every man they encounter and date and have sexual relations with and like get in a relationship with, they then start to adapt ideas from that man, behavior from that man, way of movement and talking and slang from that man, right? They start to think the world is what that man thinks it is. So then when they break up, she still has some of those ideas and structures and way of thinking and being from that man. And that keeps happening over and over again. As well as every man a woman sleeps with, that man takes a little bit of her soul. So a little bit of the light in her eyes will start to go away, right? So it's like, as that keeps going on and on and on, right? You end up dating, so I'm 31, almost 32, right? If I was to date a woman who was 32, 33, right? There's been so many men and so many, like all this shit, that if I was to date her, I would either have to accept that about her, or she's gonna think I'm trying to change her, or that horrible word, groom her, just because I'm trying to explain to her that every man she's been with has taken some of that spark out of her eyes. Every man she allowed to give ideas to, now she thinks she understands men because every man she's been with has given her a little understanding of each man. But so she thinks she has a collection of what men are. When no, you only have a collection of those horrible pieces of shit that you chose to be with, right? And it's like, and usually women keep the bad traits instead of picking up the good traits from those men, right? So it's this issue that men have, like, because as I'm becoming a better man, I'm working on myself, all I gotta do is get my money right and do this and do that, and then it's like, you know, maybe I want a girlfriend. But the way the state of the world is, I'm like, bro, maybe I just want to stay single for the rest of my life. Maybe I'll just literally become that celibate spiritual dude that just stays single forever. Like, I don't fucking know, because then it's like when I say, yeah, I would date a younger woman, right? Then people are like, oh, you're weird or you're whatever. And I'm like, bro, so you want me to choose? And it's like, it's this whole thing where people don't understand men because women keep thinking they understand men based on the bad men that they keep allowing themselves to learn from. But they never want to learn from a good man, right? They never want to learn whatever, because women can't tell the difference between a good man and a bad man. But men can. Like, men can. That's exactly why your father was originally supposed to kind of help you pick your boyfriends in a sense. Like, there's a reason why humans were structured the way it was. It wasn't like some evil controlling shit where men just want to control. No, it is another form of protection, because men see something the women don't, because the women are so stuck in the now that the men can see what could happen. Like, it's like, so when I get to dating, and it's not even a bad thing, and I hate to say it because it's not like I'm trying to be rude or something, right? But older women usually have more baggage because there's more things they have to unpack in order to go back to just being a pure soul. Because that's what I want. A soul. Not some woman that wants to suck my light and energy and use my light to be her light. No, I want a reciprocal thing. And for it to be a reciprocal thing with a woman who's had too many partners and been, in a sense, brainwashed by all the ideas that these different partners had, and they think that they've protected themselves from being groomed, but no, the whole time you've been living, you've been being groomed. Groomed by your friends, your female friends. Groomed by every boyfriend you in every world and everything you see on TikTok and every idea you think is real, and the whole entire system is putting ideas in our head. Because what does that word mean? Groom. Someone's trying to put ideas in your head. Everyone is. The whole world. Every time you put on your phone. Every time you think you know what a girl is, or what a woman is, or what a man is, or what a this is, or what a black man is, or what a thug is, or what a... It's all groomed. Black men are groomed to become thugs. Like, because we don't understand what's going on. So as I'm me, what is someone like me supposed to do? Just stay single? Because, or accept that, like, when I get with a woman, I gotta break it down? Because then she's gonna think, yeah, I might, by the time I get my money right, yeah, I might be fine. But then it's like, then I gotta break it down to a woman that, yeah, bro, like, who gives a fuck about this money, bro? Like, it's not about that. It's not about the trips or the bags or the this or the cars or the fucking dumb shit. Like, that's great, we can enjoy it. But I understand there's something deeper going on, bro. And if I don't have that deep shit, I don't want it. And like, in order to get that deep shit, you have to make sure you're not so... Your consciousness isn't fucked up from all the boyfriends and all the people you've been with. That's the problem. That's why men wanted virgins. Women think it's like some creepy shit. No, it's not some creepy shit. That's what women are supposed to be, because then instead of having a woman thinking she built her own personality, when in reality, the trauma and shit just built her personality. And all the boyfriends and all the things and all her girlfriends that are horrible people and all these things that have influenced her to be a person that she's technically not. Like, so it's like, I don't got time to explain that to a woman. I don't got the patience for that anymore. I'm very patient. I'm very calm now. It takes a lot to whatever, but I don't have the patience with my heart anymore. I don't have the patience with that anymore. So, yeah, I mean, there is a way that could fix that. Older women can work on their own shit. They can start their own enlightenment journey, start their own shit, become celibate, heal, fix your shit, fix your mind. Make sure the ideas in your head aren't just ideas you got from all your exes, and thinking you know men and all men are this and all men are that, all because of all the horrible men you chose to be with. Like, I don't know. Because that's how you fix it. Because I would date a 20-year-old woman, and I would date a 36-year-old woman. And I'm 32, well, almost 32, I'm 31, but like, if the 36-year-old woman, because I'm 32 and I've only been with 6 women. So if that woman can have a body count like close to that at 36, I'll date her. But how many women have a body count at that's low at 36? It's rare in this society, right? That's why I understand the whole passport, bros, because the whole point is going to another society that has women that are still women. And there's no disrespect to modern American women, but they're not women when you have been structured by all the different boyfriends that you've been with. You're a woman plus all this extra ideas that you think you know, you think you're smart, you think you're this, you think you're that. And then when a man tries to love you and tells you, no, you're not that. You think he's attacking you. You think he's whatever because you think he's just like every other man. And it's like, I don't got time to deal with that. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.